Hi everyone, we're back for the top 4 match between Kenny and Reuven. Going to be starting shortly, and meanwhile we're just gonna have to wait for that. But nice to see things switched up. I believe Reuven's running quite an interesting team. We've seen earlier on stream that took out Nelson quite comfortably. Reuven's team is built around a Mega Alakazam, very unorthodox choice. No one really expects to do anything, honestly, given how Alakazam is notorious for gaining only a 90 base point stat boost when it Mega Evolves, as compared to all the other, pretty much every other Mega Evolution, which gains 100 points.
That's actually very interesting because, well, to be fair, Reuven is pretty much our master of unorthodox Pokemon. I think he has tried standard Pokemon, it didn't work out well for him. Still, to see Mega Alakazam all the way at top 4, that's actually very interesting.
Not something anyone expected, probably.
Yes.
Last time we saw Reuven up here, which was about a week ago, he was running a more slightly more orthodox Mega Gengar team, taking advantage of Disable.
He was also using a lot of Prankster users, from what I remember from what I watched.
Well, I guess his trick tends to be running Disable on his Mega Evolution of choice. This time he's chosen to go to Alakazam. I'm not actually quite sure what advantage that entails, given that running Gengar makes a lot more sense, since Gengar is able to run Shadow Tag and fully capitalize on that Disable, together with Liepard trapping the target. But Alakazam's not really capable of doing that, so it's going to be interesting to see what it does.
It does have some support moves that are actually quite interesting. I think, for example, it has Ally Swap. So it might be how Reuven is trying to exploit his enemies.
When none of us are really sure, and nothing really we can do other than just wait.
Yes.
Just find out. And on screen right now we see both our players' teams. Kenny running a very, very standard Suicune, Landorus, Cresselia, Heatran, Kang, Among Us. No real surprise there.
Reuven is running Alakazam, Azumarill, Liepard, Breloom, Thundurus, and Volcarona.
5-6 of that aren't really Pokemon we're used to seeing everywhere, so interesting enough.
In fact, we see Liepard, Breloom over here as well.
Something we haven't seen a lot of for a long time. Honestly, for good reason, with all the nerfs Breloom faces right now.
Yes. In fact, Breloom probably has a good matchup against the majority of Kenny's Pokemon. He can avoid Among Us, he can spore the rest of his slower Pokemon. It has the type advantage versus Suicune and even Kangaskhan and Heatran.
The way I see it, actually, Reuven's team, despite consisting of Mons, which all fill very niche roles, stuff we're not really used to seeing too often, are all brilliant choices, honestly, matching up against the very standard team we see Kenny running.
Yes.
So gives him quite a good chance of pulling this off, I would say. Though still quite unsure what exactly Alakazam is meant to achieve.
Yes.
No real way to know until he's get into the game.
That's it. It does feel like Reuven might want to control the game very early on, because the moment he lets Kenny...
Oh, but it looks like Reuven actually might have timed out. So hope that doesn't work too much against him. We have to see whether he's able to recover from that.
Well,
but
it
might put him in a disadvantageous situation right off from the offset. So, okay, we see Liepard and Azumarill coming out. Doesn't really look like a mistake. That looks like quite a legit lead.
He might have just chosen all 4 and just didn't want to press the OK button.
And not really a bad choice against Kangaskhan and Suicune.
Obviously, Liepard can go for the fake out on the Kangaskhan. Obviously, the faster one. That is if Kenny doesn't. But Kenny, if he doesn't Mega Evolve, probably has Inner Focus.
And something only we're able to see here, but Reuven's Azumarill has a very slightly odd HP. I mean, it's not really odd, it's even, but slightly unusual HP number of 200.
So
clear indication that it's probably optimized for Belly Drum, actually.
It is Belly Drum. Okay.
Yeah, probably. And I actually think he's going to have quite a good chance of pulling off the Belly Drum right now in this situation, with Liepard locking in Kangaskhan, deterring Fake Out, deterring Suicune from setting up Tailwind too. Suicune's not going to be able to do much here at all.
Yes, and once he gets Belly Drum up, Aqua Jet is probably going to take out Kangaskhan, probably can play rough the Suicune, and Kenny will have to play carefully around the Liepard.
But of course, we have actually been seeing a lot more knockoff as compared to play rough on Azumarill lately to take on Among Us, which is going to come in here. Not going to do much, honestly, if Azumarill is able to get a Belly Drum off right now. Okay, Fake Out coming onto Among Us, breaking any potential focus Ash Liepard's going to run.
Kangaskhan also going for the Fake Out, staying in non-Mega, probably having Inner Focus, probably expecting Fake Out onto the Kangaskhan.
Interesting comeback from Kenny, makes the situation a bit better for him.
Yes.
Especially since
Among Us is one of the few Pokemon that most Azumarill users probably do not want to fight.
In fact, I actually... Just with one turn later, I don't think Azumarill is going to be able to pull off Belly Drum at all. Kangaskhan's going to do a ton of damage with its normal type attacks. Although Liepard could lock it into Fake Out.
But Liepard is probably more concerned with trying to stop the Amoonguss from doing anything.
Even if Reuven is able to set up belly drum, Amoonguss is probably going to be able to lock down Azumarill with a Spore at the very least.
But not if Liepard taunts it.
But that's Liepard tends to be not really able to afford the move slot to run taunt.
That's
so
true. It really depends on
Liepard has so many brilliant things it can do. Wasting a move slot to taunt feels like a huge waste to me, rather inefficient.
That's true.
With on-call, foul play, swagger, so many options.
Then again, Reuven does have the Volcarona. If he has the Volcarona on the back, he might just predict Kenny trying to go for the attack and switch Volcarona and trying to fish for the bird. And once that happens, Amoonguss and the Kangaskhan might be in actually a dangerous position.
Kenny really taking his time this turn, perhaps realizing what the slightly precarious situation he is in.
Because he did use Fake Out previously, so now Liepard can still lock him into Encore, lock him into Fake Out.
But you always really have to take your time to consider all your options against Liepard.
Yes.
Liepard's a Pokemon that forces you to play in a way that Liepard really makes you think about what could happen in the future turns. You need to play with a lot more foresight against Liepard, since whatever move you choose could be locked in the next turn, and that could really ruin things for you if it's an unfavorable position.
Reuven decides that Azumarill is not in a favorable position and does switch in Volcarona. Will we be seeing a taunt from Liepard then?
Either way, probably fishing for the burn there, switching in Volcarona into that slot.
Yes.
Or perhaps even predicting the Spore, but not really unusual to see Volcarona running safety goggles.
Encore coming out onto
Amoonguss.
Amoonguss. Oh, wow, that was a really good play for Kenny, I suppose.
That means Amoonguss is going to be forced to Rage Powder. But either way, yeah, I guess that worked out for Kenny, redirecting the on-call away from Kangaskhan. Locking Amoonguss into Rage Powder, which isn't exactly useless.
Bad. It's not exactly bad for Kenny either.
Yeah, it still makes Reuven's plays a lot more predictable.
Yes.
And Kangaskhan's able to get off a return, taking out Liepard, quite a sizable threat to Kenny's team.
That's it. Neither Kangaskhan nor Amoonguss really wants to fight that Volcarona right now. Volcarona might be free to go and pull out Heat Wave, so it really depends on what Reuven is going to send out.
Most crucially though, with Liepard taking out, Azumarill is going to have a much harder time setting up belly drum.
Yes.
So even looking at our position right now, it's going to be tough to pull it off.
To be fair, Volcarona could be the Rage Powder variant. It could just draw out Kangaskhan's attacks, and then the Azumarill just go instead of the belly drum, especially since Amoonguss is locked into Rage Powder.
True. Okay, guess this next turn will make things interesting. That being said, I'm actually wondering how Reuven's going to match up against Kenny Suicune. Really depends on his last slots. Volcarona, Azumarill, not exactly the best view to match up against Suicune.
He might not have brought Alakazam. He could have brought Breloom. That might definitely help.
Assuming he didn't bring Alakazam, that will make things easier. But bit of a dangerous situation with Azumarill facing off against Amoonguss, Kangaskhan, in tandem Suicune. Okay, Suicune coming in, probably anticipating the fire attack being fired off into that slot. Not really much of a choice Reuven has there.
And we see Quiver Dance coming out from Reuven. Probably a belly drum as well. Maybe he's trying to go and... Well, if it's a belly drum as well, maybe he's trying to go and see who Kenny decides to attack and then just get some boost up anyways.
Fires off into the Azumarill. Is that going to be enough to stop Azumarill from setting up belly drum?
It probably is.
Yep, it's going to be enough.
Did Azumarill go for the belly drum? That's the question. And it did. Reuven really trying to pull off offensive pressure right up from the bat. Not really working out to his advantage right now.
Looks like Azumarill is pretty much out of this game.
Yes.
Dead weight now, since Kangaskhan's going to be able to finish it off with pretty much any move it chooses, and without its attack boost, Azumarill's not going to be doing much at all to Suicune, Kangaskhan, and Amoonguss. But Volcarona's there sitting at +1 special attack, speed, and special defense right now, so it's quite a threat to watch out for.
Yes, Reuven has to now center his entire game into setting up his Volcarona for a sweep, because Kenny still has the advantage. He still has 4 Pokemon, all of them are probably at full health, and Reuven has lost his Liepard already.
That being said, Volcarona is in a position to sweep though. With those special defense boosts, it's not going to be taking too much from Suicune's Skulls, despite the move being super effective. And
Quiver Dancing again. Bit greedy if this doesn't work out.
Oh, but
return!
Ton of damage with return. Bit more than I expected to see. Was that a crit? No.
It wasn't, and Volcarona goes down. I think Reuven might actually just have lost this game. With a low HP Azumarill, he's not going to be able to do too
Perhaps
much.
overestimating his Volcarona's ability to deter Kangaskhan, really.
Yes,
That first hit did a ton of damage.
Definitely.
But perhaps Reuven really shouldn't have left in such a frail Volcarona against Kangaskhan. Bit of a mistake there.
Well, we see the Thunderers is on the field. I'm not sure whether Reuven has the potential to actually drag himself out.
I really doubt it. Reuven's with such a low age, with Zumuro at such low health, prone to being picked off by Kangaskhan at any moment, and his only other Pokemon left being a Thundurus compared to Kenny, who still has a team of 4. With Thundurus' relatively low defenses, I don't think it's going to be able to drag this game out at all. Save for ridiculous amounts of swagger hacks, perhaps. Not impossible, we've seen it before, but
that's true.
Unlikely.
But I don't think Reuven is going for the swagger hacks here. I think he just went for the Thunderbolt or...
Well, that's his biggest shot, I guess.
Yeah.
He's going to fire off an Ice Beam. Quite a crucial role here since we get to get a rough estimate of how bulky
and the freeze!
Thunderous is.
I guess that's that then.
Yeah, don't really think that's going to matter much since
yeah, I mean it is...
Kenny's odds were clearly in his favor.
I mean it is
just put a salt into the wound, I guess. Yep, and
Reuven decides to throw the match.
Going to forfeit, throw the match, not waste anyone's time. And we're going to move on into game 2 with Kenny 1 game up.
That was actually very, very fast.
Quite a decisive victory there, honestly, from Kenny. He had control of the match right off from his decisions on turn 1 and just followed them through to the end. So convincing victory and probably quite nerve-wracking for Reuven, realizing that Kenny is more than prepared to deal with his rather gimmicky choices.
Yes.
Element of surprise not working out for him this game.
I think Kenny has been fighting a lot the entire season, so he knows what people will do against Chalk. He knows what Liepard and Breloom and all these Pokemon are probably going to try to do once they fight a Chalk team. So he probably knows how to work around that.
And Kenny's one of those guys who has the privilege of boasting about how they've been using Chalk before it was cool.
Yes.
He's really experienced with this team archetype.
Yes.
So no surprise that he's able to fully utilize every single one of his team members' potential and pull it together and fight against even these unorthodox strategies that he might not have faced before.
In fact, it might be that Kenny's team is just very adaptable because he can switch between Trick Room and Tailwind modes.
That's really one of the strengths of Chalk.
Yes.
We see he's fully capitalizing on it by including Suicune into his lineup, giving him the Tailwind option, which he actually tried to use just now but didn't really need.
Yeah, and we see Liepard Thunderous coming out from Reuven's side.
Yeah, so we've seen it's probably Reuven's favorite option to go against the Kang and Mungu lead after what we saw last week.
Yes.
Liepard being able to fake tears and lower Mungu's special defense in tandem with Thunderous' Psychic, which will clearly grabs the KO.
And Kangaskhan is actually a very strong player here. If Reuven ignores it, it might actually just pick up a KO right off, and that might be the
we've seen Reuven in this position before last week, and basically from assuming his team composition hasn't really changed, he has 2 big options here. He can either take out the Kangaskhan or the Mungus. Oh, but we see Fake Out going into Kangaskhan. Bit of a mistake there, especially since we saw clear signs last game that Kangaskhan was running into focus, as we see here. And Thunderous gonna take Liepard's gonna take a spot from Mungus.
Liepard,
ouch! Quite a misplay there. Probably
really
cost him the game.
That is really bad. Now Kenny is actually pretty free because Thunderous is not going to do much to either Mungus or Kangaskhan, and with Liepard unable to encore, Kangaskhan can easily start setting up damage.
Huge misplay there, forgetting the new focus on Kangaskhan, or perhaps missing it last game.
Yes.
And that might actually just seal things up here, since
yes. And we
it's giving with Liepard down, Thunderous is a lot less capable of doing too much this game. So
yes, and we know that Kenny loves his Amogus Kanga lead. He probably knows how to start playing around this very well.
Okay, Taunt coming off into the Amogus. Not sure how much that's gonna do.
For all we know, he probably just went for
what that's gonna do rather.
Yeah.
Return gonna fire off. Probably gonna take out the Thunderous. Yep. Is it a clean kill? Very. Crit probably didn't matter given how much it did. Second hit would probably have sealed the deal anyway, and Amogus unable to fire off Spore, unsurprisingly, after the taunt came off.
Very decisive first 2 turns, going for a 4-3 lead, with Liepard being effectively useless here.
Yeah, we've seen earlier that Reuven's team tends to hinge a lot on his Liepard's ability to lower his opponent's special defense stats, allowing a lot of his team members to plow through, but right now, with Liepard down for the count, thanks to Spore, gonna be hard for Leipart to really
If
give
there's-
Reuven the control he needs to seal up this game.
If there's any chance of Reuven actually winning this game, it'll probably rely on Volcarona right now. If Leipart can wake up, maybe he can do something at help. But Volcarona is really Reuven's key.
But Leipart has taken his first turn of sleep, so that's actually quite a distinct possibility. Either way, Volcarona isn't really in a bad position though. Oh, but with Amunga switching out, that changes of course. Landerus coming in. Not the worst, especially since Volcarona might have the chance to either set up Quiver Dance or get off an attack, at least chip Landerus and possibly even get off a burn. Okay, Leipart's gonna wake up. Fake Tears coming off. This could be big. It's gonna go to Kangaskhan. Is it gonna be enough for Volcarona to wipe it out? Flamethrower coming off. It might actually do it. Is it enough?
No, it's not. Kangaskhan
barely hangs on.
surviving.
Return going off into Volcarona, triggering Flame Bodies. Kangaskhan's gonna go down this turn, but Reuven still loses Volcarona. That's quite big a deal for him.
Yes, and even though Kangaskhan is down, Reuven's main offensive powerhouse is gone as well.
That could have been huge actually if Kangaskhan went down, but doesn't really compensate for Reuven's game-changing mistake on turn 1, forgetting that Kenny's Kangaskhan had into focus.
Azumarill is out though, but Amungus is more than happy to fight Azumarill at this point.
Yeah, since Azumarill is here to stack up the boost. I believe we've seen most of Leipart's moveset by now, so it has no real way of deterring anything among us. So
Yeah.
I think that's game for, and Kenny's gonna take away this, walk away from the victory with this set.
But Aqua Jet and Foul Play onto Landers, that's enough to take it out. He might not. Do you think that Kenny actually stands a chance here? I mean,
Probably
Reuven-
actually no. I don't think Reuven stands a chance, especially since Spore did go off into the Azumarill as we expected to see. Well, actually, if Kenny's gonna bring in Suicune, this might be a bit harder than we imagine, especially if Reuven's Azumarill manages to wake up this turn. This could change everything actually.
Yeah. But he still needs to take the first turn of
Yeah,
sleep.
depends on how many turns of sleeps he takes really. If he does only take the first turn, that could potentially be a big deal. Encore coming off onto Amungus. Yes, this is the play he needs to make if he wants to stand any chance, I guess. Well, actually, if he did opt to Giga Drain the Amungus, that could be big. Effectively wasting a turn. Is it going to do anything? Amungus going to Spore into Azumarill. Probably wanted to go for the Giga Drain.
He wants to take the Azumarill out, then seal the game.
Well, he needs to be able to perhaps. For Reuven to be able to take this set, I guess the only real option he has is for
He needs to take
Kenny
up
to make a bit of a slip up, perhaps.
Yes. But he needs to get rid of the Amungus, and I don't think that's happening anytime soon.
Foul Play going to Suicune, doing pitiful damage. Skull gonna connect, probably onto the Leipart, taking out Leipart.
I just
And
don't
with that,
see a
Among
way-
Us is effectively forced to Spore Azumarill, so even if Azumarill were to wake up and pull off a belly drum, that's game.
Yeah. I think eventually Kenny will just wear down Reuven and win, so it's...
Yeah. Among Suicune against unboosted Azumarill, not a very good matchup for the Azumarill at all.
Suicune, despite being a very Suicune and Amungus being very passive, it's still managing to do a lot of...
Well, Azumarill, unboosted Azumarill isn't
Yeah.
exactly the most offensive thing
He does go
around
for the belly
anyway.
drum, but Spore is going to come off and Suicune just continue burning him. He's not going to be able to get... Unless he wakes up.
Yeah, I don't...
If he gets a one-turn sleep, he uses Play Rough, he takes out the Suicune.
But Spore's gonna connect here. Is there a possibility of Azumarill pulling this off with only one turn of sleep? Hard to
He
say.
needs a one-turn of sleep.
Yeah, but Encore ends, so Among Us is gonna be able to pull off a
Rage
Giga Drain,
Powder.
which is pretty much game.
He can also go for the Rage Powder.
I believe this single turn of sleep, where Azumarill's gonna take a Giga Drain and a Skull, should be enough for Kenny to wear down Reuven's Azumarill to the point where Suicune would be able to pick it off next turn. So yeah, I think that's it.
That was a pretty commanding victory from Kenny.
Very convincing victory indeed from Kenny. He clearly had the advantage, played his team really well, and I think that's it. Yeah, Kenny moves on into the top 2.
Well, that's where he has normally ended up in tournaments.
Indeed.
Yes.
Probably.
Very standard.
We're too used to this phenomenon, really.
Yes,
Kenny's been dominating Premier Challenges and local tournaments ever since he's come onto the scene a long time ago.
Yeah.
So no real surprise to see him up here on the seat again, where we will be interviewing him, and we'll be seeing him in the final match. Not really unsurprising either.
Yes.
Okay, so we'll be back shortly with an interview with Kenny. Something most
Sorry.
Veteran viewers are probably a bit sick of now. Same questions, same answers probably. But don't go away, and soon we'll have the final match between the top two players. Okay, hey everyone, we are back, and next to me now is Kenny, the victor in the previous match. So, Kenny, I don't know actually, what's there I can ask you actually? We've had you up here so many times, you've probably answered pretty much every question there is to throw at you. So, how do you feel?
I think I get very lucky after winning. Yeah.
You got lucky today?
Yeah, lucky.
I don't know, it didn't really look that way to me. It looked to me that you really knew what you were doing, and you were able to secure quite a convincing victory that you thought through well. I don't know, did it feel like just pure luck to you?
Yeah, especially just on the fake tears team shower.
Oh, okay, that's true, but yeah, either way, I guess that's the result of your probably unorthodox EV spread on Kangaskhan, I believe. Was it something unique, or was it just a simple 2-5-2? Do you think your Kangaskhan's EV spread was what perhaps secured you that game?
Not sure.
Okay. Well, but either way, it looks to me that you're really familiar with this duo. You've been sticking through this team for a long time, right, I believe? Right? Yeah. So, I guess, do you feel your experience with this team is what helped you secure this victory as well? You seem to really know how it worked and how to maximize your odds every turn. And that's the impression I got too when I played against you in Swiss today. You really love this team, do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, oh. How do you feel seeing Reuven's fake tier strategy? Actually, it's not something we see very often.
Yeah, I actually play with him every single PC. Yeah, so.
Also, it's not really a strange occurrence to see Lipart spamming fake tiers and a whole bunch of special attackers to back it up.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess that probably is what gave you the ability to keep your cool and read Reuven's rather unorthodox strategies, while most players perhaps fighting such a team for the first time would be unaware of. Either way, I guess congratulations, we're going to see you next round, and possibly yet another PC under your belt, so all the best, and we look forward to seeing your match later.